Game Informer is back, ladies and gentlemen, and the internet has completely broken over this announcement. Everyone is going crazy. There's so much excitement. Wait a minute. No, that's right. That was when G4 made their announcement, and we all saw how that played out. So we've kind of learned our lesson with the whole nostalgia bait situation. But this is an interesting topic to talk about because, listen, I, like many of you, was a fan of Game Informer back in the day. I had my subscription because of my GameStop account. It wasn't my number one, video game magazine. Electronic Gaming Monthly was my number one by a mile. I have a massive stack of Electronic Gaming Monthly, old school copies right over there, and I constantly collect them. Game Pro was my number two. And, of course, I love Nintendo Power back in the day. But, yeah, I did like Game Informer. But obviously everything changed. They shut down, like a year ago? I feel like I don't even remember. I don't know how long it's been since they shut down. But they are back. And the number one concern is please don't be woke. That's the number one concern. You can go in the comments right now, and that's what people are saying, generally speaking. And they're not addressing those comments. But there are many red flags along the way, especially with this announcement and some of their behavior. You can see it right here. They're already hiding replies on the announcement that they're back. So let's watch this trailer, and then I'm going to show you a few things that Madam Savvy found for me that we're going to talk about. Shout out to her. Here goes the announcement of Game Informer returning.
We've got some big news to share today. Game Informer is back, and so is 100% of the team that was bringing you Game Informer when we shut down this past summer.
That means production, design, video, editorial, everybody.
Everything you loved about Game Informer before is coming back, but we're rethinking it and evolving it to be bigger and better.
Game Informer has been around since 1991, and yes, we were blipped out of existence for a couple months here, but we're back, and I'm really excited to pick up where we left off and ramp things up to be even better.
Of course, we were devastated when Game Informer shut down this past summer because we loved working together as a team.
Greg Miller.
The thing that came as a shock was
That's
the
a good person to
outpouring
show.
of support and enthusiasm that came from you as readers and from people around the industry for what Game Informer had meant to them. I personally received messages from people who talked about growing up reading Game Informer and being excited about getting that magazine in their mailbox every month and what that meant for them. And we felt that that meant something and that it was something that was worth trying to fight for and preserve. So that's what we did.
If you unfollowed us on all our platforms like YouTube or Blue Sky or Instagram, I don't blame you. We disappeared. But we have the keys back to all those.
He just mentioned Blue Sky. Not Twitter, not X. He mentioned Blue Sky. Weren't they just showing Twitter messages for trying to make their point, but now they want to mention Blue Sky? That's an active decision right there.
Those accounts, they're active again, so go hit those follow buttons.
All of that is coming back, including an all-new approach to Game Informer magazine, both in print and digital forms.
The short version is that Gunzilla Games purchased Game Informer. Game Informer now operates under an independent entity called Game Informer Inc.
Editorial independence has been foundational for Game Informer ever since it was started back in the 90s, and it will continue to be a sacred element of our operation going forward.
All of Game Informer's editorial content is 100% selected by our editorial team without any outside influence, including from the new owners. In fact, that editorial integrity is something the new owners insisted upon as strongly as we did.
Well, I just can't wait to see what some of the opinions of the people working on Game Informer are. This sounds so interesting, guys. Actively not talking about Twitter to promote Blue Sky, hiding replies on your introduction tweet that you are returning. I can only imagine what some of the tweets are going to show us.
Our team today considers ourselves stewards of this legacy of Game Informer that has been built up over 30 plus years. I myself have had the good fortune to work with dozens of talented individuals who've come through over the 20 years I've been with the company and see the way that they have shaped and defined what Game Informer is all about.
Stay tuned in the coming months for more information about the relaunch of our physical magazine. But in the meantime, you can go to GameInformer.com right now and catch up on a ton of reviews of games that came out while we were shut.
Yeah. Now, again, you can go over there, guys. Just make sure that you have the correct opinions so they don't have to ban you for being bigots. Just keep that in mind, okay? So make sure you have the right opinion. So you might want to check with them to make sure that you have the correct opinion and you don't say mean things on social media. And make sure you have a Blue Sky account. Make sure you don't drive a Tesla. We would not want any Tesla owners over here.
Shut down.
It's belated, but you can find our 2024 Game of the Year awards on GameInformer.com right now. We didn't want this little gap in Game Informer history to mean that we didn't celebrate the year of 2024, and we also just really missed arguing with each other.
We can't wait to bring Game Informer magazine back into your hands, hopefully bigger and better than it was before, and continue delivering some of the best coverage of games, the people who make games, and the people who play games from all around the world. More robust membership and subscription offers are on the way in the coming weeks, but if you'd like to support Game Informer right now, you can sign up for early benefits today.
As long as you're not a Trump supporter and as long as you don't drive a Tesla. I don't know why they forgot to mention that.
Thank you so much for watching this video and for your continued support of Game Informer. We are so glad to be back.
They're so glad, guys. So round of applause for Game Informer for a stunning and brave return. So I commented and I says, we're all thinking the same thing. Probably gonna be woke. Prove us wrong. I did have a typo. So as the internet rule says, I lost the argument, but at least I did correct what I said. But yeah, so now you look and all of these replies are hidden. This guy says, I hate you so effing much, retarded clowns. That sounds like the fans in my chat talking to me. That's what my audience says to me. This next comment, women and gay men on your team equals doomed to fail again. You're about video games. Men play video games. This isn't sexist. This isn't homophobic. These are just facts. And they hid this comment. Why did you hide this? Disgusting. Y'all didn't learn from before. You're going to make the same mistakes with the same people pushing the same agenda without any regard for the industry, games, nor readers. This isn't a positive. It's a negative. The question is, who is funding you now? Why did this get hidden? Is this person not allowed to criticize? Soy boys and women, you guys are fucked. You look like a bunch of woke twats. Go away, everyone hates you. You don't go woke or you'll go broken faster than the last time. How many of you are trans now? It's all black women and fats. Post preemptive RIPs here. God, I love the internet. Dude said, if you unfollowed us on our social media platforms like YouTube, Blue Sky, and Instagram, yep, this is 100% going to be a DEI woke fest. Yes, 100%. Just so Game Informer knows, the hot second you post an Alyssa Mercante-style rant about white privilege, owning the chuds, or any other politically divisive material, you'll be done again. Somebody just said gay. It got hidden. Not an ounce of testosterone. This should last long. Why do I have a bad feeling it's going to be woke? Dear Game Informer, please don't turn into another woke feminist outlet like IGN, PC Gamer, and Eurogamer. We need based gaming review news outlets by gamers for gamers. Why did this get hidden? This is insane, dude. So, I mean, look, this is going to be a problem. And if you have any faith in this working whatsoever, more power to you. That's fine. But this type of behavior just proves that it's not going to happen. So let's look. Thank you to Madam Savvy for sending me these. Game Informer is back, and the entire team has returned under new ownership. We've all received significant raises and many of us long overdue promotions. And now, senior editor, I'm so happy to be back. And this person already has, I guess that's Savvy that they blocked already. Alex Van Aken, is that how you say it? Right here, the same Alex with the Trump administration recently stirring up the violent video games debate. I thought I'd share my opinion on the matter. Oh my God. Oh my God. Table next to us tonight. Discuss sex swings, dominatrix practices, why they voted for Trump and abortion. All of this on their first date. To be fair, I kind of agree with you on like when Trump brought up the violent video game stuff. I actually criticized him for that. But yeah, you tweeting out that the table next to us voted for Trump. Oh my God. This is so scary. Here's another person that works for Game Informer. 90% of what Trump says is like a kid in English class doing a reading response when they haven't read the books. The other 10% is usually something horribly offensive. Oh, so this is the type of stuff you're going to get from the new Game Informer. Plenty of time left to donate like I did to the charity stream for Trans Lifeline. Great people, great games, and a great cause. Alyssa Mercante. They retweeted. Here is Wesley. Thora says, trans rights are human rights. Happy International Women's Day. There's no way I'd be who I am today, both as a person and as a professional writer, without the amazing women editors, professors, teachers, mentors, friends, and family members I'm so lucky to have in my life. Also, trans women are women. I can't do the voice anymore. These people are absolutely insane. So this is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is not going to work. It's not going to work. It was always going to be a woke disaster. Some of us on the initial announcement, we heard and we said, hey, we're going to give you guys a chance, but we're pretty sure this is going to be a woke disaster. It's going to be a woke disaster. They've already shown it by their behavior. They've already shown it right here where I said it. Hidden replies. This is G4 all over again. And that's exactly what it is. This is not going to get any better. It's going to be bad. Very, very bad. They're going to attack the audience. They're going to tell you how you're all racist and sexist and toxic. And I'm here for the ride, by the way, because the demise of G4 was great for this channel, and I can't wait to roast Game Informer. I can't wait. So, and here's the other thing, too. You didn't mention Twitter. You mentioned Blue Sky, yet you've given Twitter a gold check mark price. You've given them $1,000 a month. You're paying Twitter $1,000 a month, but you couldn't even mention it. Do you know why you couldn't mention it? Because it's dangerous to mention Elon Musk. But you're giving them a thousand. Not even I give Elon that much money, and I like Elon. I'm not giving Elon a fucking $1,000 a month for a gold check mark. You kidding me? I mean, I did for a little while, and he did something on Twitter, and I'm like, I'm not paying this. Not if you're going to do shit like this. And I like him. I'm a huge fan of Elon. But I'm not giving him $1,000. These clowns are, yet they don't want to mention Twitter. But they'll mention Blue Sky. This is going to be a shit show. So, as many of us continue to tell you along the way, whenever we have a good feeling about this or a bad feeling about this, we're typically right.
We've got some big news to share today. Game Informer.
Fuck off. You're seeing that right now with Snow White. You're seeing that with Brie Larson, because Brie Larson, who opened her mouth and said that 40-year-old white dudes are not allowed to have opinions on movies that she deems we're not supposed to have opinions on, and now she hasn't even been cast in these new Avengers movies. Now she might, you know, but it is funny that she hasn't up to this point, and she wasn't a featured person. Rachel Zegler, Snow White, has been a complete failure on every single level, so that's been great to watch. And G4 failed, just like we told you it was going to fail. And now with Game Informer, based on what we are seeing from them, it's not going to work out very well. So you guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Make sure you go over to metapcs.com. Use the promo code 199 if you're interested in a new computer, a new laptop, or accessories over there. They'll take care of you, and we appreciate them. You support them, you're supporting us, and we appreciate it. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.